Hello, welcome to the TechHub.training SQL Shelter Shenanigans SQL challenge solution. In this video, we're going to go through the solution to this challenge. We'll talk a little bit about some different SQL statements and how to use Access database. So our first step in any sort of new database is we're going to create our tables, or we can go in here, new data source, Excel, and import the data from the Excel spreadsheet if you decide to use that in this challenge. Otherwise, you can just use the existing Access database file that was provided. So our first query, we're going to select location name, and then we're going to use the count statement to count the number of pet IDs. And then I'll put an alias here. If you don't put an alias, the Access will just generate a random name. It's not as informative. And we will group by location name. Anytime we have any summing kinds of statements in our select statement, so a count, a sum, anything that aggregates, we need to also create a group by statement here. Then for our where clause, we're going to use where the animal breed is these two rabbit breeds that were listed in the challenge, and we will use a join on location ID with the location table. We'll see what that looks like. So the central location has two rabbits, the south location has two rabbits. Now when we query to find the rabbit that's been there the longest, we're going to use select top one. That will get us our first row in the SQL table, and we will order by impound date. It automatically will order in ascending. It'll automatically give us the last one, or the earliest one. Then for query 2, we're going to do something very similar. Count the number of pet IDs as pet count. And then in our where clause, we'll use where animal adoption fee is 75 and location name is south. I'll point out that here we used or to include both here and must fulfill both criteria. We can take a look at that. Total of 13 pets that is going to affect at the south location that have an animal adoption fee over $75. And then we're going to sum up what the animal adoption fee is minus 75. And we'll take each animal adoption fee minus 75, add it all together as total waived fees, but only for the animals where the adoption fee is over $75. And we'll do the same kind of inner join, same where location name is south, and we get our total waived fees of $4.95. For query 3, we're going to count the pet ID, and then we're going to do pet ID divided by 5, and I rounded that so we get the exact number of caretakers required. Same with divided by 15 for the number of vet techs required. And then grouped by location name, because again, we have some aggregation here. We need something to group it by. And we come up with this table to say the number of caretakers and vet techs required at each location. Technically, this animal count column is optional, but I liked having it to double check my data and just do a visual check to make sure that my calculations ran the way that I anticipated them running. Then I did 2 separate queries to count the number of caretakers needed, or the number of caretakers that were assigned to that location, the number of vet techs assigned to that location, and had those here. And then I just went back and forth to check which ones needed more people. But you could combine this query and take just this count of animals pet ID to find the number of caretakers required and do all your caretakers in one table and then all of your vets in one table. But that would require some more advanced joining, wheres, group bys, so I decided to just do it this way. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the replies to this video or on the original challenge. And thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a wonderful day.